This was exploding cereal with a super slow-mo camera on a robot arm. So that was that was fun. Before I get too deep into this, I do want to explain what a cinema robot is and a phantom. If you already know about this stuff, go ahead and skip to the next chapter and you can learn how I shot this ad. A cinema robot is a manufacturing robot that uses software to make the robot work for cinema. So they developed software to be able to do the exact same moves over and over again. And so one of the companies that did that was Motorized Precision. The software was so easy to use. It's literally like a timeline. You click and drag, you move the robot around in 3D space. You set your keyframes like you do in After Effects here, and then the camera will move to those spots. And it will move exactly the same, and you choose the speed and all of that. It's incredible. That's kind of the gist of what a robot arm is. It's a tool in filmmaking, and it's what literally most food commercials use nowadays in order to get just beautiful, gorgeous shots. And that's the main reason I wanted to do that for Kellogg's, was for those beautiful, almost stopping time type shots. And that's where the phantom comes in, is shooting 1,000 frames per second. You're basically going 40 times slower if you process it at 24 frames per second. So that when you play it back, because the robot's moving so quickly, it feels like the serial is almost suspended in midair. And that's kind of what I was going for. So let's go in and talk about how I created this awesome, incredible ad that I haven't even shown you yet, but you'll see at the end. So stick around to the end and I'll show you the ad. It honestly all started with just testing. I knew that I wanted to do compressed air somehow to blow the cereal and the milk up out of the bowl. I bought a bunch of plastic bowls, drilled holes in the bottom, and then shot the milk up through the bottom. So I had a pump air compressor that I shoved under there and just shot it up and then tested it. The other thing I was testing was different liquids, because I didn't want to use milk, because milk, if you don't clean up properly, smells terrible. So I tried lotion in water, which was too bubbly and thick and kind of weird. I tried flour in water, which clumped too much. And I tried cornstarch in water. Cornstarch in water was great because you could actually mix it up and decide the consistency you wanted. So it could be a little thicker, a little less thick.
All right, here's me making some milk. Cornstarch and water.
And it worked really well. It looked like milk. So I was like, shit, this worked. One of my favorite things about filmmaking is the problem solving aspect of it. When you run into an issue, how do you solve it? What creative way can you figure out to make it work? In this case, one of the issues we ran into was when the air compressor would go off, it would just shoot this one stream of milk that kind of didn't spread the cereal out the way that I wanted. We actually put 2 screws in the bowl and then put kind of a piece of cardboard right over where the air would shoot up, and that spread the air out, and so it kind of shot the cereal outwards a little bit instead of just a straight up, and tested it a couple different times. I was like, okay, this is gonna work. I think we can do this. Talked to Mystery Box, told him the idea, kind of pitched it to him. We were doing this as a spec ad. Yeah, let's do it. So we set up a day. The next obstacle was figuring out how to get the robot to move, but have the air compressor shoot at the exact same time that I wanted every single time. So it was repeatable, because I wanted to make sure that the cereal could explode all at the same time. And so Chris, the robot tech for Mystery Box, was freaking awesome. He found an air compressor piece that was built by the Roundy brothers, who are like special effects gurus in Utah, that basically would allow him to trigger remotely the air compressor. And then he hooked that up into the software for the robot. Once you triggered the robot would start moving. Once the robot got to a certain spot, it would trigger the air compressor to shoot the air out of the tube.
We're not putting milk in yet, because if we put milk in, we're gonna have to clean it up. So we're just doing it dry right now to get timing for when the air compressor comes out. We know how to get that timing correct. So we'll see how it goes.
Did it do anything?
Well, another fail. Here we go.
Which was awesome. It was perfect. The issue that we had was the milk would fall back down into the compressor. So we had to find a one-way valve that would let the air out but not let the milk back down. We had multiple runs back and forth to Home Depot, Lowe's, and Ace Hardware just to find the right adapters to get this to work.
Chris was a boss and got this 4-step down adapter.
Once we finally got it set, then a lot of it was just trial and error in terms of how much compression or how long to keep the air compressor open.
Half second at 45 psi.
45 psi. Okay, we got it documented. Let's do this.
Holy crap.
I think we ended up keeping it open for like 0.2 seconds, and it was about 5 psi. For example, the frosted flakes, they were thicker and harder to like blow up as much as we wanted, so we had to put more psi in that one.
Whoa, that 5 psi was a lot more.
Where, as example, for the Fruit Loops, it was a lot less because they're a lot lighter. Once we figured that out, Mystery Box had a table that they were willing to drill a hole through, but it was just this old wood-looking table. So what I did was I bought some vinyl, covered the top so it looked like a marble, a kitchen tabletop. We got it covered. We drilled a hole at the bottom. We stuck the air compressor through. We made the hole perfect that we could actually screw the bowl onto the compressor, so there was no leakage of the milk outside of the bowl while we were shooting, which was perfect. So in terms of lighting, I had like 2 4Ks and the Nanlux like 1200 watt light panel that was over top. So yeah, and a lot of it was just, you know, using an onion skin like always, just making sure the napkin and the spoon and the bowl and everything and the mat were all set in the perfect spot. Shoot it once, watch it explode, and then clean up. Luckily, we had 3 of us on set. One of us would clean the mat, another one would empty the bowl, we'd clean off the table, clean the lights to make sure that those were clean. And we had plastic laid out everywhere. So it's kind of hard to see in the behind the scenes, but we taped plastic to the softbox. That we put plastic on that because the milk would shoot up and hit against it because we needed the light so close in order to get enough light, because we were shooting high speed. Once we got into the groove, it was just over and over and over again that we just kept shooting it. We shot plates, we shot each cereal, we shot each small cereal. It was awesome. It was so fun. The other thing that was hilarious is I brought this giant bowl to put all the cereal, and we had this giant mound of like cereal.
Hey, are you hungry? Check it out. We got a bowl full of cereal for you.
One of the things that I took away from this that I learned a lot was having deep focus. And if you can have a lower f-stop and get more depth of field, it makes it feel more polished, which is really hard when you're shooting high speed because you're already killing all your light. Luckily for the Phantom, it does such a good job, even though it looks super dark, to be able to pull it all back up in post and not be super grainy. It's kind of amazing. So we actually stopped down to an 8 and we're able to still get the footage that we wanted, which was nuts. And we kind of just threw this thing together, and I edited it and, you know, made sure it was a perfect match cut each time. I discovered that doing it all in just slow motion felt too slow. And so having some kind of quick speed ramps and then slow and then back into speed ramps and back into slow kind of gave it this energy that I was looking for in the edit to make it feel like it just really popped and just blew up out there. It blew up.
Kellogg's. Yum, yum. Yum, yum, good.
I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd love to support my channel, I have affiliate links down below. That's the only way I actually make money off of YouTube. It's a shameless plug for a shameless man. Yeah. So subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next one. I won't see you on the next one. I'll see my camera in front of me on the next one. All right, bye. Love you.